All right, let's talk about Bijan Robinson, the 8th overall selection by the Atlanta Falcons, a highly criticized pick, largely due to positional value more so than, most people. I'm pretty sure basically everyone had him as the number one running back in this draft class, but it was more so just drafting running back that high. Doesn't always work out, and we didn't get to see him play a ton week one, but man, did he make the most of his touches, starting off with this one, which is the one that, if you're on Twitter, I'm sure you saw 100 times Sunday, and for good reason, where what's going to happen is the play concept itself is actually a bit of an odd choice here, where it's going to be a design quick pass to Bijan Robinson, which that itself, okay, sure, yeah, you have Bijan get the ball in his hands, in these situations, makes sense. For me, a lot more of the confusion comes from just, I'm not sure exactly how this play is supposed to work other than Bijan just breaking a tackle, because you have a linebacker who can easily run out and, go towards Bijan, and there's also a defensive back in the area who happens to be blitzing, but obviously Atlanta doesn't know that at the time, so bit of a odd play call here. Desmond Ridder is going to take the snap right here, and quite frankly, this play did not work as designed. There is a defender right in Bijan Robinson's face. I promise that this play was not designed to just have Bijan Robinson be able to break a tackle and get the first down on a 3rd down and 4. That being said, if it was designed to do that, it might not be the worst strategy. Watch this initial juke he puts on, and that's such a subtle move. I mean, he doesn't move that much. It reminds me a lot of how Jamar Chase pulls off his jukes, where it's just make the little subtle move, but it's so sudden, it's almost like a bullfighter against a bull. But okay, at this point, what are you going to do, right? You have to get to the 8-yard line. You lower the shoulder, try to get towards the 8-yard line. That's what you should be doing here, right? Well, again, look at one subtle thing he's doing is he's faking as though he's going towards the bottom of the screen. You see how that right foot is out in that direction. And watch, again, this little subtle but really impactful juke he puts on. Just a slight move to the inside to where neither defender gets a great hold of him. And it looked like, I think number 7 there kind of went for more of a hit to try and stop Bijan short of the first down marker. 24 didn't though. 24 was trying to wrap up and just wasn't able to do so. And Bijan runs through them both, and he's able to get into the end zone for a touchdown. To the people like me that were saying, why do you spend pick number 8 on a running back? Well, this is Bijan saying, hey, Jackson, you idiot. This is why you do it, because he can create plays like this. And if he does this consistently, he's easily worth pick number 8. But there were other plays, too, that he was doing really well. That was the only, superstar type play that we saw, the, one that's going to get on, end of year highlight reel type plays, but there were a lot of just really consistently good plays, which there's obviously still value in those as well. And like I said, it was a small sample size. Where what's going to happen on this one? First, I got to give a shout out to a block right here. At the end of the day, a lot of the running game is blocking, so you have to make sure you have players who can block. The guy who we're going to be talking about on this play is going to be the right tackle Caleb McGarry, who's a good player and had a solid game here. I thought. Watch what he's going to do here. I mean, look at him just completely shove 95 for Carolina out of the way. I mean, that's a dominating block to where Bijan, who wants to run in that direction, this just makes it really easy for him. Again, you see how much room has been cleared off, and I should mention 95, that's Derek Brown, the another very hyped up prospect for the Panthers, who's been a good player since he's entered the league. Atlanta has another player who's going to block another Carolina player at the 2nd level, meaning that Panther is the closest unblocked player. He's going to be the one who's going to try to come in and make a play on Bijan, but again, Bijan standing on his own 22-yard line. The goal here is it's a well-blocked play, but still, you have to get the yards that the offense gets for you. And watch how he does that. He accelerates so quickly that he's still able to get to that first down marker. Just, well, a lot of running backs wouldn't be able to do that. And, again, you could sit here and say, well, how valuable is a running back? Well, at the end of the day, if you're turning what should have been maybe a 2nd down and 5 into a first down, there's a ton of value in that. Also, something like this, I think this is pretty telling, where we saw on several times on key plays on 3rd downs, Atlanta's strategy was just get the ball in Bijan's hands. Something like this, it's zone coverage, you have multiple receivers running deeper routes, but this is kind of designed to just flip it to Bijan and hope he can pick up 6 yards. So, as you see, Ridder does the right thing, looks downfield, but then quickly flips it to Robinson. It's possible there was an option to throw it down the field, but it seems like this is how this play was designed to go. There is a defender a little bit off screen. He's at about the 47-ish yard line. So, it's not the easiest of plays. Bijan has to make the catch, and you have to make sure you secure the catch, and then turn your shoulder and run and try to pick up the first down. And like I said, on a 3rd down and 6, I doubt you're going for it in this situation with this little time left. So this is a very important play. But as you see, Ridder is going to flip it, and Bijan is able to lower the shoulder. He does pick up that first down. Just a really good job by him to be able to do that. And of course, it also goes to show just the confidence they have in him. I mean, we all kind of knew they had confidence in him when they drafted him at pick number 8, but it just shows that, still, sometimes you see a guy get drafted high up, but then, they don't love what they see in practice and don't give him the ball a ton early on. Not the case of Robinson. They're putting the ball in his hands when he's out there for sure. Something like this is another interesting one. It's going to be another well-blocked play, I would say, by Atlanta. The blocking was very good. You have a tight end who's going to pull over and make a block right here. And as you see, when Ridder gives the ball to Robinson, there is a window to run through. But number 7 for Carolina is kind of running in, trying to get in position to make a tackle. So again, it's going to be that acceleration that Robinson is going to show off here. Watch him just shoot through that gap so effectively that he still is able to pick up a big gain. Again, what is the yards expected on that play? I don't know. And that's always why I've been a little bit wary of that yards above or below expected stat in general. Because, how can you definitively tell how many yards a player would have gotten? It's certainly not a definitive stat. But at the same time, I would say that, you can watch the film and you can take a guess for sure. So maybe it's not the worst stat in the world. My guess would be that the average running back on that play probably gets about 4 yards or so. So the fact that he, again, turned it into 9, that's added value. And also this one, which is another great one, where the way it actually starts off is Ridder's going to fake as though it's going to be a handoff to the top half of the screen, but it's instead going to be towards the bottom half of the screen. Look, as you see, sort of, does that fake, eventually gives it to Robinson, really works out. Carolina is out of position, and a lot of running backs here would go towards the outside. At all costs, you're getting to the outside. That's not what Robinson is going to do. Watch him cut back, and again, with that acceleration, he really is able to blow by just about everyone, and he's so difficult to bring down, he's able to get the ball all the way inside the 5-yard line. I mean, these are just great rushes from him and consistently. So again, I want to see him in a bigger sample size. I was a little bit disappointed we didn't get to see more of him, but again, they're okay because they have Tyler Algier. I was surprised that Algier was the guy who got the more carries. I think he's a good player, but I assumed when they drafted Bijan, he was going to be the bell cow back. But again, if you're running the ball effectively, who cares if it's number 25 or number 7 who's actually getting the carries? Both guys were really effective. Algier had 5 yards per carry and a pair of touchdowns. Robinson had 5.6 yards per carry. Robinson did a little bit more through the air. He had 6 catches actually for 27 yards, but Algier still had 19 yards in his 3 catches. So both guys really did a lot very well, but obviously Robinson, the more hyped up player, and so far through week 1, I think that he has totally lived up to the hype, which is great to see. Because running backs can sometimes be a little fluky. Sometimes the generational running backs don't actually play like generational running backs once they hit the NFL. And through 1 week, it's looking like Robinson is going to live up to the hype. But we'll see how he does the rest of the way. But yeah, fun stuff for sure. Stuff to get you excited if you're a Falcons fan. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.